Okay. So welcome friends to our regular Thinking Thursday. Today we have Swati Sharma and Shrija Jhavar is going to introduce her.
I am so honored and privileged to be introducing my colleague, my friend, and a beautiful, dynamic, and healer, trainer, therapist, whom I've been knowing for a long time now, and we've seen her work personally. She's an asset to Thinking Thursday, and today we have a session of breath work with her. Let me introduce her work before her name. And that is, she's not just an art therapist, a beautifully gifted art therapist. She's a color therapist. She does Sri Vidya training, which even I have attended personally, which is amazing for abundance and for prosperity. She works with for in conversational hypnosis, chakra and kundalini, Lakshmi abundance programs. These are her workshops. You can look forward to attending them. The description of all her links will be given in the description. Let's put our hands together and welcome Swati Sharma, the gifted and soulful healer who will be working on breathwork today. So thank you, Swati, for joining us. Over to you.
Thank you, Shrija, for such lovely introduction, and thank you, Tripti ma'am, for allowing me to speak on a subject that is everybody's. I think everybody knows the breath work, and we are all therapists here. We are PLR therapists. Past life is very closely associated with the breathing and the trance is getting into effect with the slow breathing, and the consciousness gets uh, in our control with the control of the breathing. But the topic that I chose, the breath work, I think 2 months back I chose this topic and I've given this topic. And I was constantly thinking, why on Thinking Thursday, everybody knows about the breathing, everybody knows about the pranayam, everybody knows about uh, the healing benefits of uh, the breath. What am I going to speak on that? What am I going to introduce new? Or am I a good person to speak on that? Have I chosen the right topic or what? This was constantly giving me a turmoil within. So what I did to get the answer, I asked my breath, and I meditated on my breath, and I asked, is there something more I can add here? So what do you think, Shrija, Shakuntalaji? Can I add something, or what do you expect from this session?
So I would say that everybody has their own unique way of expressing and sharing what they know. The knowledge comes filtered with your own gifted blessings and whatever you're gifted with. And I think, Swati, you have your own unique style. And we all would love to receive it from you. And looking forward to this 1 hour of peace and tranquility that I'm sure you're bringing in. So, Shakuntala ji, what do you think?
मैं यही कहूंगी कि मैं तो ईगरली वेट कर रही हूँ. जो भी स्वाति जी बोलेंगी वो वंडरफुल से अब अभी होगा. अटेंडेड हर मैनी सेशंस, फिर इंटरव्यूज भी देखे तो शी इज एक्सीलेंट इन हर. उनका जर्नलिज्म का एक्सपीरियंस है, उनका नॉलेज ओवर द कमांड ओवर दिस लैंग्वेज, इंग्लिश हो हिंदी हो, सुपर्ब है. और यंत्र वाला everything, she is perfect.
Thank you, Shakuntala ji. You are making me nervous now.
बहने वाली है. नहीं, it is going to rock. You are going to rock.
So breath is the first thing that we introduce to when we come to the world. When we breathe, that is the time we are declared born. And it is the inhalation that we take. The first inhalation is our birth. And when we die, we exhale. So that the life is a long journey of one breath only. We breathe in when we are born, we breathe out and we die. This is such a small journey of our life. Breathe in and breathe out. And this is the complete, when till the process we are breathing in and breathing out, we are supposed to be alive. And when we breathe out, that is for the last time. So in between that one first breath in and last breath out, we forget about the breathing. It is such a natural process. It's such a constant process that we never pay attention that we are breathing or not. If we are not, we are not here. The prana is not there. But we don't pay attention to that. And when the diseases start setting in, when there are problems in our life, then we notice our breath. When we are climbing and we cannot climb the stairs and we are having the breathlessness, then we come to know we are becoming overweight. Our heart is becoming. So we notice our breath only when there is some issues related to that. But if we constantly use this prana weapon or the energy or the, you can say the most beautiful gift that we can move it within our body. So we cannot control our blood or sorry, there was some issue. So we cannot control most of the circulatory thing that is happening. But if we learn to control the breathing patterns and the systems, we can control many things in our life. So the body is actually made of koshas and three bodies, Sthula Sharir, Sukshma Sharir, as we call it. So Sthula Sharir is the place where the three koshas are there, the Annamaya Kosh, the Pranmaya Kosh, and the Manamaya Kosh. And this is at this particular level where the breathing has the maximum work to do. And the breathing control, if we happen to make, it is the maximum benefit and the profits are also seen in these three koshas. So what is the breathing doing to these koshas? What are the pranayam doing to these koshas? What are these koshas? What are the panchvayus? I'm going to explain in a while. But let me tell first the story of me from where I got inspired to think about the breathing in such a depth. So, like everybody else, I was too, you know, um, subconsciously taking the breathe in and breathe out, and I was not paying attention. And like everybody, jab Ramdev Baba ne started teaching the pranayam and yoga, everybody got introduced to the pranayam and yoga in a very, very different manner. And we started doing the pranayam, started doing the Kapal Bhati, and the different name Anulom Vilom came in our life. And we all started thinking, okay, this is pranayam, this is the breath work, this is the complete process. And I started having a kind of a ego boost that, okay, I know the pranayam. And meanwhile, I was doing the Kundalini yoga also, and I was doing Kundalini yoga quite well. My Kundalini was aligning quite well. I was doing very good yoga exercises, everything. One day I happened to meet a guru, and he said, "You cannot enter the pranayam class." I was like, the ego in me got severely hurt. I do yoga, I do Kundalini yoga. I know each and every name of the pranayam. I can perform, I can show you this is this pranayam, this is I'm demonstrate, and you cannot. Well, no, you cannot. Unless you have done the 3 years yoga practice with that minimum, you cannot even enter the yoga pranayam class. I said, you take जनरली जैसे हमारा ईगो हमें बोलता है कि आप हमारा टेस्ट ले लीजिए और फिर देखिए कि मैं यदि नहीं कर पाती हूँ तो आप मुझे मत लीजिएगा। काफी अनबन हुई, उन्होंने मुझे योगा क्लास में नहीं लिया। कुछ दिनों बाद अनफॉर्चुनेटली या फिर वेरी फॉर्चुनेटली मेरी तबीयत खराब हुई, और तबीयत खराब होने के बाद मैं एक उसी अयंगर योगा की क्लास में वापस जाती हूँ एक वर्कशॉप में, एंड दिस टाइम द teacher is even senior. He's like BK Siyangar ke bilkul समकक्ष. She is beautiful and very very renowned teacher. तो मुझे लगा, मैंने कहा अभी इनसे तो बात करने का ही कोई मतलब नहीं है कि प्राणायाम क्लास में ये मुझे एंटर करेंगे, जब इनसे नीचे मुझे कुछ क्लास में एंट्री नहीं मिली तो नहीं मिलेगी. But when he saw कि I'm very sick and I'm trying to recover from a long illness, so he said, okay, we'll start with the breath work. I was excited. This is अभी मुझे कुछ इनका पता चलने वाला है कि what special he is going to do. और मैं बड़े excitement से जब क्लास में गई, first day, every time left and right he is moving from this side to that side and he's knocking at my head. Swati, breathe, breathe, breathe properly. And every time he's मुझे इतने झापड़ पड़े हैं. Every time he went from left to right and he's slapping me and literally slapping me and saying, breathe, breathe. And I said, कैसे? How I'm not breathing? I'm breathing. Why can't you see? मैं पूरा अंदर बाहर सब कर. जब एक पूरा दिन बीत गया, next day he gave me a pillow. He asked me कि लेटो, now do this. And everybody, now I want you to do the same and see whether you can do it as properly as I or as bad as I did. Okay, so ready for that? So close your eyes and start observing your breath first. And follow my voice. You should have a complete control over your breath. Try to do this very, very diligently. Breathe in, breathe out and hold. Breathe out and pause. Breathe out completely. I repeat. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out and pause. Breathe out and pause. Breathe out completely. Anybody who wants to share the experience?
I can share, ma'am.
Yeah.
When we breathe in, the navel goes up. And when we start breathing out thrice, so the third time the navel actually goes right in.
Okay.
So for first two time it's not so much, and the third time when forcefully we try to breathe third time out, it goes right in.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody else?
करेक्ट. मुझे भी यही लगा कि जब आपने बोला थर्ड टाइम, मतलब उतना हम ब्रीथ आउट कर ही नहीं रहे थे, उतना डीप हम जा ही नहीं रहे थे.
Yeah, so that is the same thing that is happening with Shakuntala ji. It happens.
Can I share?
Yes, yes, Anu.
I think when we breathe out thrice, the first time the air goes from the throat, then the chest, and then the third one is from the navel, and that's when it's a complete exhalation.
Okay, so good. You are even better than what I performed on that particular day, because when I breathe out first time, when I said breathe out, I breathe out completely. So there was no breath left for me to do the second time. There was no breath left for the third time. Forget about navel going in and out and anything. So Anu, what is happening? From chest to this is just our imagination. Okay, so this is not happening like that. If the breath is not going in a constant flow, and you can put a constricted amount in a particular part of your body, you're not breathing right. Now again, I want you to close your eyes once again and observe. Keep your palms like this up in your lap or in wherever you, keep it resting on your thighs or on your chair, anywhere, but it is palm up. Okay, So now close your eyes. Breathe in, breathe out normally. Just observe whatever I am saying. Where in nostril you are breathing? Are you inhaling and exhaling from your left nostril or the right one?
Left.
Yeah. So everybody will be having different. We'll talk about it later. And can you hear the sound of your breath? How loud is your breath? Are you breathing from your belly or are you breathing from your chest? Is your breath warm or cold? Is your breath even in inhalation and exhalation or uneven? Just don't open your eyes, turn your palm downward. Keep observing your breath on all the parameters that we have discussed now. Are you breathing from your left nostril or right nostril? Is your breathing warm or cold, fast or slow, in your chest or in your belly? Which part of the nose you are breathing in from? You can open the eyes. Did you see any difference between the palm up and palm down situation? No? Could you observe all the things that I have asked you to observe?
Some of them.
Some.
I found only one difference. When in palm up, I was breathing with my chest, and when palms down, I was breathing from my navel. I don't know. I just noticed it for the first time, this change that happened.
Okay, okay. Anybody else? Everybody did that or not?
Yes, yes.
Yes, okay. So everybody did that, but okay. So
I found the difference that I was breathing from my navel when my palm was up, and from the chest when my palm was down. And when my palm was up, I was breathing from the right nostril. And my palm was down, I was breathing from the left nostril. And breathing out was lesser when the palm was down. Otherwise, when it was up, it was equal.
okay. So these are the observations, you know, the only observation that I can point the finger on it right now is the left nostril and right nostril, the change that occurred with the palm up and palm down. The actual observation is that if you're breathing from the left nostril or right nostril. So right now, put your finger below your nose and just breathe out forcefully. And see whether the breath out is coming from your left nostril or the right one. Everybody will have a different experience.
Right.
And
Right.
Anu?
Right.
Left.
Left. Anybody else?
Me also it's left. And
Anu ka same.
Okay. So do you know what is the difference between the okay, you're both. Why? Very nice. So what do you know the difference between the right nostril breathing and the left nostril breathing?
Yes.
What is that?
Left is Chandra Nadi. Is Surya Nadi. Left is like cool or
hot. Yeah. Okay. So so now we have observed the breath and इतना ही मुझे भी ऐसा लगता था कि मुझे इतना ही ऑब्जर्व करना है और इतना ही ऑब्जर्व हो पाता है breath work. But when I started learning accidentally though, fortunately that accident came into my life, and I came to know that whatever I was thinking of as pranayama was just a surface. I was rightfully not allowed to sit in a pranayama class. Though I was doing Kundalini Yoga, I was thinking I know the breath work, but I was in a nursery class when I started practicing. So this is a subject of practice. This is not a much of the theory that can be told, but yes, there is much that we can borrow from the theory and start doing in a practical life. So first thing, what you have to observe is that every day, every 40 minutes, our swar. Swar means breathing from the left and right is called swar. So our swar changes automatically. So nobody breathing constantly from the right or nobody is breathing constantly from the left. It should change automatically. If it is not changing, if it is most of the time when you put your finger and you find that you are breathing from your left or from your right nostril, that means the diseases are setting in. So much before the disease starts coming in, like 10 years before, your breath work starts getting disturbed. So there is a 10 years window that you can maintain your health. You can change your health. You can control your health. So there is a lot that can be learned only by knowing which nostril I am constantly breathing from. So if you are constantly found yourself breathing from either left or right nostril, there is a technique to change the swar deliberately. Okay, so the easiest is, आप जिस तरफ सोएंगे, whichever side you will sleep on, the other nostril will become active. So if you find that right nostril is most of the time active, you sleep on your right side and your left nostril will become active. Okay, so this will happen not in the with the sitting posture. You have to lie down on that particular side with pillow or without pillow. That doesn't make any difference, but you can change the swar automatically. If you're sitting, there is a thing called yoga danda. I can show you the yoga danda in a while. So you can put the yoga dand on your armpit, like you were sleeping on the right. So you put the yoga dand on your right armpit and you start breathing from your left side. So the yogacharya, when they sit for a long time during the meditation or when they are doing the sadhana, they use the yoga danda to control their swara. Why we need to control the swara? Because as rightfully said by Shakuntalaji, the right side is the pingla, or we can say the sun nadi, jisko hum surya nadi bhi kehte hain. The left is chandra nadi, left is the ida, and this is the cooling breath. The pingla is the energizing breath and the ida is the cooling breath. So why do we need the cooling and the balance between the two is very much there? Because if we are too much passive in our life, we are lying down, meditating overly, if we are just just being very, very inactive, the cooling part of our body will be activated. And then the three doshas, the Ayurveda has three dosha, and the dosha will start getting the imbalance within themselves and the disease will start setting in. Though the left nostril breathing is a very good breathing, the cooling breath is a life-giving inner breathing that keeps us calm, keeps us composed, keep us when most of the happy hormones are being released. It keeps the parasympathetic nervous system active, and that is very, very necessary for keeping us in a meditative mode. But we are becoming passive, and then we need the pingala nadi to come in for the help, so that we become little active, or our body becomes active, because all the systems in our body will work, function properly when we are in the Pingala form. So we need that equally. But if suppose we are hyperactive, we are getting angry, we are overworking, and we are with the young kids, we are shouting all the times, we are in the army, we are doing the sports, and we are very active person. So our Pingala Nadi is active most of the time. That means we are all the time in a very active mode. And so we cannot relax, we cannot calm down, we cannot quieten our system. We cannot have we are in the sympathetic nervous system, that is for the flight and fight mode. It is very good for the body, but overwork will exhaust you like anything. So you need the cooling to happen. So the balance between these two has to happen. Suppose you have a imbalance in your any imbalance because of some disease or because of some injury happened to your spine. Most of the time the injury to the spine, lower back pain makes this imbalance more prominent, because if we have like pain in the left knee or on the left side, we have injured ourselves, so we tilt our body to the right, and then most of the time the Pingala Nadi is active. We are in the resting sleep, we are in the passive state, we are sitting, but our mind is active, so that makes our overactive mind. तो उसमें ज्यादा थॉट्स आते रहते हैं. कुछ लोग आपके पास आएंगे कि मेरा दिमाग शांति नहीं होता. That is this state that is happening. So the balance between the Ida and Pingala is very necessary. A. B. What you have to do is there are 5 kind of healers. So we know the names of the Pran Vayus. These are Pran, Apan, Saman, Udan, and Vyan. Everybody knows it? Should I repeat it?
Maruti.
Should I repeat or everybody knows it?
Please repeat.
Yeah. So it is Pran Vayu, it is Apan Vayu, Saman Vayu, Udan Vayu, and Vyan Vayu. Okay. So all the 5 Vayus are very essential, and all have different functions to maintain our systems. Some is balancing the respiratory, some is working at the circulatory, some is helping in the digestive, some is distributing the energy. So everywhere the breath should be in the moving and balanced state. But do we know this breath? Can we control the breath? Are we friendly with this breath? So when we closed our eyes, and if I asked you to close your eye once again, and I ask you to see the breath at different part of the body, you will understand it completely. So please do it once again. Close your eyes and inhale, exhale normally. Whichever way you want to, just inhale and exhale properly. So Prana Vayu is in the thoracic region, that is in the chest. Observe your breath in the chest. What is happening there? Can you observe it or cannot you observe it? What is happening there? Then take your concentration to the lower abdomen and try to observe the Apana Vayu, or if you can see any kind of movement, breath there at the lower abdomen area. Now, little up at the abdomen, there is a place for Samana Vayu. Navel and above the navel, it is the place for Samana Vayu. Just observe whatever you can observe there. Move up to the throat level and just observe what is your Udana Vayu doing. And now in your limbs, in your hand and feet, and in your legs and arms. See, what is the Vyan Vayu doing? So once again, Pran Vayu at chest, Apan at lower abdomen, Saman at abdomen, Udan at throat, and Vyan at entire body. Can you observe the breath moving in all this part of the body? Imandari say yes or say no. Everybody.
Ma'am, only legs I couldn't, otherwise I could.
Okay. So, okay, otherwise, very beautiful. Everybody, please put yes or no or reactions.
I can feel in my hands a lot.
Okay. And other parts of the body in your lower abdomen?
I could feel
in
lower
the
abdomen, nothing.
in the center of the abdomen, it was very prominent. Very prominent.
Yeah, the Saman was very prominent.
Saman was very prominent.
Okay. So Saman is because navel, we know the navel breathing. Okay. So these 5 places is where my teacher asked me to observe the breath and try to control. Now breathe from Saman, only Saman. Hold your breath only at the thoracic region. Nowhere it should go. It should not go to your limbs. Rest your limbs. Move all your breath to your Saman. I thought, impossible. What is he talking? Is he talking French or German? Or how am I supposed to do that? I said, that's why you're sick. I said, okay, I'm sick. Teach me how to do that. And I was like crying that 10 days where you can say the best days of my life or you can say the worst day of my life. I was never ever been humiliated so much in my life just for the trivialest possible thing called breath. And at the end of the 10th day, I was sitting and I was thinking, Swati Sharma, you are the dumbest woman. You don't know how to breathe. So this is what I was introduced to the new world of pranayama. And I was like, अब जिद है कि अब सीखना पड़ेगा इसको कैसे कंट्रोल करना है कैसे सो तब से मैंने करीबन 10 साल हो गए आई एम लर्निंग एंड आई एम स्टिल सेइंग आई एम अ वेरी वेरी टफर स्टूडेंट अभी भी मेरे से बहुत सारी जगहों पर जो ब्रेथ है ना वो गायब हो जाती है अभी भी आई कैन नॉट कंट्रोल 10 years I'm trying to do this and I could not do it. Why could not do it? Yeah, because we don't have control over the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system because we don't control our diet. We don't control our thinking patterns. So 9 बजे पार्टी है 9 बजे पार्टी में जाना है वहां जाकर हमें गुस्सा आया या किसी ने हमको लेक्चर देने के लिए बोला है we don't have a very 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 disciplined life. We cannot have, so we cannot blame. We cannot have because we are not in yogic. We are living in a domestic world, and there are different kind of people. But still, you have to maintain a kind of discipline that where at least you can manage the 90% optimum yogic way of living in your domestic world, whatever your best is possible. So try to regulate your food. First task, difficult task, very difficult task, very, very difficult task. When 11 o'clock at the night, you are served a wonderful, delicious, yummy dinner, and you have to say no because 5 o'clock, your stomach will not be obediently giving you the Samanavayu. So that is the sacrifice that you have to pay. But when I started making the sacrifices, automatically my weight started reducing. My blood pressure and, I have gifted myself so many things before that. So I have gifted myself diabetes and blood pressure, everything before that breath work. everything is in control. I don't say it just got control in a day, but yes, the slowly as the breath started working, now I can say in the chaos, I can sit calmly. I can sit when the storm is there, my mind start working more efficiently because I know how to change my breath from the parasympathetic to sympathetic, sympathetic to parasympathetic, and what makes that change possible. How to control the nadi when I want to be active, what kind of breathing is needed when I want to be passive. If I want to sleep, okay, even in the restless possible situation, I can sleep within 10 minutes, within 5 minutes, because I know how to put myself to the sleep mode. That is the power of the breath that I have learned to use for my benefit. And who wants to learn this from me now? Everybody. Okay. So whoever is having, most of you were having right breath, right nostril breathing, right?
एक क्वेश्चन
Yes, yes.
Left.
अक्सर बोला जाता है कि जब आप लेटने लगो तो लेफ्ट करवट लेके लेटना है, तो वो तो गड़बड़ हो गया ना, फिर तो राइट वाला आप तो एक्टिवेट कर लोगे खुद को.
Yeah. So if you want to rest, you should always lie down on your right side. Always. If you want to rest, if you are angry, always tilt to your right side. If you want to be, if you're yawning and if you want your mind to be active, you always recline to your left side. This is the first thing that we can do in our daily life.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
In connection
Yes,
to what Shakuntala ji is saying, that when we eat, like what they say is that when you are when you've eaten, you should be sleeping on your left side, and that could be because you want to activate your Surya Nadi and you want to activate your internal organs for digestion. So at that time, post lunch or post food, for a short time, like one can sleep so that the digestion kind of gets started. And then when you actually want to calm down, then you sleep on the right side so that your left gets activated. Would that be the reason for that?
Yes, Bhuma, you are right. This
Yeah,
is the
right,
reason.
right.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah,
your stomach
absolutely.
has lesser curvature and greater curvature. So after food, if you are lying down, it has to be left lateral. And like how ma'am Swati ma'am is saying, that when you want to rest after some time, then you can lie down on the right hand side.
Amazing. We have some doctors.
So
now.
right is putting most of your system to sleep. So if you want your digestion to be active, you have to be lying on the left for some time so that the digestion is activated. And then you want to rest, you should lie down on your right side. This is a very basic one. So अब हम लेक्चर से सीधे प्रैक्टिकल पर आ जाए. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay, okay. So पहले तो हम लोगों को सारे नाम पता है, उज्जयी, कपाल भाती, सूर्य भेदन, विलोम, भ्रमण. No. Forget about it. We don't want to know that. Because today I'm going to give you some easy baby kind of lessons in breathing that will change your life for better. Okay, so how to use that breath work in your day-to-day life is the most important thing. So the balanced breathing is very, very important to keep our mind in center. So there is a central nadi to be activated. Actually, the Anulom Vilom, if done properly. So don't do it, because whatever you know till now in the name of Anulom Vilom is a bullshit. I can tell you, I can prove that, so don't attempt. And whatever you have learned from the Baba Ramdev, please forget it. Otherwise, you'll be slapped like I did. So forget about that. So Anulom Vilom is a very, very, high class pranayam. It should be learned with a very good teacher after you have started doing the breath work for at least 1 to 2 years. You start attempting that breath. If you are doing it, you must be doing it wrong. So stop it and find the other processes. So other processes, sit upright, try to keep your spine as straight as possible. That is good for all kind of breathing. If not, you are not healthy, just lie down flat. If you find that you have the gas or the bloating is there, you cannot lie down flat, always put a cushion or some height just below your knees. So when your knees are uplifted, your stomach will be eased, your chest will be expanded, you will be able to breathe more properly. Okay, so the only trick right now I can give you is that keep your body in a very, right condition. When you are sitting, sit upright, just try to open your chest little bit so that your lungs expand and you can breathe horizontally. So breathing is required to be horizontal, vertical, and circumferential. So 3 kind of breath should be there in our lungs. We should be able to regulate it, that we want it. So when you want it to be expanded from the center to the side, your chest should be wide open. Okay. So vertical breathing is always easy. The horizontal breathing is little difficult, but it is possible यदि आप ऐसा थोड़ा सीना फाड़ करके आप breathing करेंगे. तो यदि इस तरीके से बैठना difficult हो जाता है, and most of the time हो जाता है, तो make yourself as still, as comfortable as possible. So use as much pillows as possible. घुटने के नीचे, पैर के पास, हाथ के पास, so that your body become comfortable and restful, still, not moving very much. Your body is still, your spine is as straight as possible. Don't try to stretch. यदि कहीं पे भी पेन हो रहा है तो आपका ब्रेथ पर ध्यान नहीं जाएगा, हमेशा पेन पे ध्यान जाएगा. So make yourself very comfortable. If you have any neck pain, give yourself a comfortable support at the neck also. To start breathing right, make yourself as comfortable so your body becomes still, your concentration is on your breathing. So breathe in at the count of 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 or 4, 2, 3, 1. You have to breathe in to the count of 4, breathe out to the count of 4. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, most of the time when we are breathing in, we are sucking the breath very harshly. Like, so there should be no sound when you are breathing in. When there should be no sound when you are exhaling. It should be as easy as you are just, the breath is being sucked, very, very gently. So there should be no pressure at the nostril, no pressure at the eye level, no pressure at the sinuses. Make it as easy as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. As easy as possible. Don't breathe hard. There should be no sound of breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. So this is your first prescription. Take the 3 doses of in the breakfast, lunch, and dinner time. 3 minutes, observe 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, exhale. Should be exactly same number. If you are breathing in only to the 3, your exhale should be 3. If you're breathing into the 6, your exhale should be 6. Dose number 1. This is calming or the balancing breath. Okay. Now, energizing breath. If you find in the 3 p.m. you are feeling sleepy, you are yawning, you want to be active. Do you feel sleepy at the wrong hours? And you want to energize yourself. What you will do? Yeah. So let's do that. So she is tired. Good. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, in, out, in, out, in, out. Fast. 21 times. Do it. There you can have sound. You can make noise.
Ma'am, counting can be very easy when you just count all the fingers cut divisions and the nail. So that will be 20 and your palm 21.
Yeah. You can count 1, 2, 3. You can just do it for 1 minute till you feel energized. The another prescription is till you feel energized. Okay. Relax. Now give a sharp one. So it will look stupid if you do it in a office chair. So go to the washroom, do it. Exhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 21 times and you will be ready. If you are nervous, going to the stage, fearful, do it. You can do it. You will be completely energized.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask a question. So the length of the breath, I know it has to be same. Does it matter? Like it has to be really fast or it can be slow? But
no, it has to be fast. It has to be.
It has to be fast.
Yeah, it has to be fast. Yeah. So in 30 seconds, you will be at least finish 21 breaths. It should be quick. It is a quick remedy. Okay. Energy. You have oxygenated your blood, and suppose there is a quarrel happening, you came from a party and you're finding your leg is paining and you're finding it difficult to sleep. So there should be a breath to make you sleep. Should I make you to sleep? So this you should not overdo, at least only 3 breaths, or after each breath you take a normal breath, pause, breathe one special breath, 2, 3 normal breaths, one special breath, 2, 3 normal breath. This way you do the 3 cycles, 3 to 4 cycles maximum. Don't overdo this. Count. This is 4, 7, 8. Okay, so count 4 inhale, 7 pause, 8 exhale. Okay, and make the exhalation as slow as noiseless as possible. Okay, so inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, pause 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Few normal breaths. At first breath, you will find it difficult to have the 8 breath exhalation, 8 count exhalation. Okay, so let it happen. Few cycles of normal breath. 4 inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Few normal breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Third round. Inhale for the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Normal breath. No matter how agitated you are, you will find this very relaxing, and it will activate your parasympathetic nervous system. Lie down on your right side and you will instantly fall asleep within 5 minutes. Do we have the greedy crowd? Do we need some more variety in breathing?
Yes, yes, yes.
We have to do it four times, 4, 5
Three
times.
to 4 times. 3 to 4 times, then lie down on your right side. You will be sleeping peacefully within 4 to 5 minutes. It will be a very sound sleep. So you can make it a habit before sleeping. You can do 4, 7, 8. Okay, this is called the 4, 7, 8 breathing. So the most agitated minds are generally get controlled. After the long race, the athletes are given this breath to control their system and make them into the passive mode. So this puts you into the passive mode. So there is an active breath, balancing breath, and there is a thing. So you can do it only when you want to sleep. So not more than 2 times a day. In the afternoon if you want to sleep, or in the night when you want to sleep. If you are having some anxiety attack or some kind of, constantly feeling depressed and sad and unhappy, there is a breath called oxytocin breath that you can introduce, and you can start breathing it for, you can say 15 minutes, 5 minutes to 15 minutes, whenever you are feeling low, like depressive kind of low, not physically low. Yeah, the mind is low. So that for that initial practice, you should put one hand at your chest, one hand at your belly. Okay. So after that, after some time, it will be automatic. It will be easy. You can do it lying down also, but lying down requires a posture and breath. So Iyengar yoga, if you can learn in any city, if it is available to you, please do learn, because they tell us very beautiful props to help you control your yogic poses for activating the right kind of breath. So that is yoga, same way, but passive state with the help of the props, and your mind is constantly can focus on the breath, and the focus on the breath makes you in a meditative mode and can connect you to the third eye, can bring immense benefit if you can just be in a watchful mode of your breath. And I believe me, no matter how much of meditation if you do, if you start doing the meditation with the breath, it has immense difference into that. Okay, this is by the practical virtue. So oxytocin breath is one hand at the chest and one hand at the breath, the belly. Okay, so now when you will breathe in, you have to restrain all your breath to this hand that is at your chest. Okay, so don't let your breath go below your hand. Okay, so hand is here. Okay, at the bone. This is the bone, central bone. At the bone, you have to control the breath. Okay, so breathe in and keep all your breath at this point only. Okay, let it first understand it. Open your eyes and first understand. And now, don't let this chest fall. When we breathe out, generally the breath falls. So this hand should be holding the chest that is elevated. Okay. And now you should breathe out from your belly. And when you breathe out, your belly hand should go in. Okay. So it should, and the chest hand is up, elevated. So next breath will make it more elevated. Next breath will make it more elevated. And this breath will keep on going. So it is an alternate breathing. It's little difficult for first timer, but it is very beautiful if you start doing it. So breathe in and retain it into the chest. Then breathe out from your navel. Sit in front of the mirror and always see this hand that is on the chest should have no movement post inhalation. It should be still so that your chest is still. Do it 5-10 times. Inhale in your chest, exhale from your navel. No kumbhak will be there. We will not be holding the breath. It will be like the first breath. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. It will be same. Only thing we are doing the difference is we are retaining the breath at the chest and navel. So what we are doing is what we are doing the pran and saman. So we are breathing in and retaining it at the prana region. We are exhaling from the saman, that is abdomen. Okay, inhale the pran, exhale the saman. Okay, so all the pain, fear, emotion is within that region, the pran and saman. So when you control the breath here, your mind becomes composed, calm. You can think wisely, so the fear and the depression rushes away from your body. Is it okay? Oxytocin breath. So oxytocin is a hormone, that is love hormone. Okay.
Beautiful.
And
Beautiful. Thank you.
Fourth hormone is like it's dopamine. It is the love or
The happy hormone.
happy hormones. What you have to do is to inhale, and when you're inhaling, do it like you are just, suppose this is a flower, and you're just, or maybe cake, or maybe pastry, whatever is your favorite, your flower, anything, just smell it in. Beautiful, like when you're inhaling, just inhale, or if you have the perfume itra in your hand, and you can just breathe it. And when you exhale from your mouth like you're blowing out the candle. So this is the first breath when you are using your any organ other than your nose. Otherwise, all the breath are from the nose only.
What is this breath called, Swatiji?
Dopamine breath. This is the, makes you happy, love. So if you are being criticized, inhale love, exhale whatever is there in your body.
Exhale
Whatever
trash,
is the
all the gober.
just, yeah, so trash, exhale trash. Or maybe just happy, like you are happy smelling the beautiful flower and then blowing away the butterfly. Imagine, make your imagination as vast, as beautiful as possible. Inhale from the nose and exhale through your mouth. Okay, for the kids, if you have the kids at your home, can you train them for the right kind of breathing? Yes, you can train them. There are 100 odd breaths that help with the other different kind of disability in the kids, especially with the asthma, with the hyperactive children, with the ADHD. There are different kind of breath work that is to be taught to the kids, and they can alter their behaviors. This is the beautiful, the breath work is different. But right now I'm giving the breath work only for the adults. And whenever you're breathing or meditating upon the breath, okay, like 1 2 3 4 in, 1 2 3 4 out, when you're doing, you can close your eyes. You can just observe where in your body the pain is, where the breath is the breath warm, is it cold, is it from the left nostril? Just have a observation. And if your mind drifts away, bring it back. Okay, you can do the Bij mantra thing also. So if you are doing any religious mantra, it is good. You can count if the breath Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya in, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya out. So it is of the same count. It becomes automatically the same count and same count out. You can do the Tat Sat, Satnam, or Soham. So you can breathe so, breathe out hum. Okay, you can do the Hamsa, you can breathe in hum, you can breathe out sa. You can breathe out Sat, breathe out Nam, Satnam. So these are called the Bij mantra meditation. These are very good if you want to improve your meditation skill, if you want to activate your third eye, if you want to generate your inner wisdom. This kind of Bij mantra breathing, it is the same like with what we did in the equal count, but it is using the Bij mantra. It is beautiful. Then you can have the affirmation breathing also. With the breathe in, you can breathe all is well. When you're breathing out, if you're fearful, you can say, I'm protected, I'm safe. Okay, you breathe in, all is well. All is well is work mostly. You can write down your own, but not more than 4 words. Okay, because the amount of the words in the affirmation will extend your breath. So there, the breath in and out breath should not be generally more than 4 in and 4 out. Especially if it is 4 7 8, it is a different thing. Otherwise, you will be sleeping. And there is no use of meditation if you're sleeping, if you're yawning. So you should be in an active passive state. You should be in a balanced state. No, not passive, not active. So it is like a balanced breathing. So there is a breath for the children that is called Polly's Angel, that is done for the very hyper or the fearful children who are bullied at the school very much. They for the adults also. That is the same. You breathe in normally, but when you breathe out, you make a sound with your closed lips. So it is like humming. Humming bee, you can say the humming bee also. Like we do in the Brahmari, we close the eardrums and we do it, but it is the alternate version of the Brahmari Pranayama, and it is called the Polly's Angel because some psychologists name it for a girl named Polly who was sick because of her overactive mind. So that is given to her. So inhale, and when you exhale, do the what it does, it activates your throat chakra and your heart chakra. So your communication, whatever you are feeling bullied, your communication skill becomes easy, your heart becomes more forgiving, and the sound that is resonating here activates the nadis that is here. So the humming breath or the polysyngeal breath is there. Okay. One second. I'll show you the Yoga Danda also. So I can show you the Yoga Danda. Also, you can buy it from the Amazon. It is easily possible. If you are having anybody at your home who is having like diabetes, blood pressure, you can give them you can ask them to observe their breath, and if it is most of the time left or most of the time right, then you can buy the Yoga Danda and you can control the diseases, or maybe upcoming diseases also. Okay, so that is the best way to change. Any other thing you want?
Swatiji, your video is
Your
off.
video is paused.
We can't see you. No, not the Yoga Danda.
Oh, sorry. Yoga Danda is coming. So I don't have that. So in the Yoga Sutra, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, you can read the 2.49 to 2.53. The Yoga Patanjali Yoga Sutra tells us about the importance and why and how you can achieve the right kind of pranayama. And it says with the right asana practice, you can do the right pranayama, because the right asana, what they do is they help you expand your lungs and diaphragm. They become more flexible. You can circulate the breath more evenly. If you want the upper chest, like the one that is close to the collarbone, this place is never used for breathing most of the time because we are sitting upright. So this part of the lung is not used. So when you start doing the Shirshasana or the Sarvangasana, this part of the lung becomes activated. So all kind of, but Sarvangasana and Shirshasana you can do only when you have done many other asanas. So once you do the asana practice, you become more and more flexible, supple, more controllable for your spine. You can control the breath in your 5 different regions evenly and easily. And if you can't, if you are diseased, if you are overweight, you cannot practice the asana very easily, you should do the restorative yoga poses when too many props are being used, and so that your body is still getting that pose without getting any tension or any stress physically. Okay, so this thing is called Yoga Danda. Okay. So suppose I want to activate my left nostril, because right now I'm getting too hyper and I want to activate. I will just put it here in my armpit. I will sit like that. You can see forcefully the armpit is uplifted and a pressure is created here. Okay, so within a minute, my left nostril will start working.
So we have to put it in the
So whichever side we hold it, that gets activated, or the opposite?
The opposite is activated. So whatever, sometime what happens, यदि हमको constant सर्दी रहती है, बच्चों बच्चों को कईयों को कांस्टेंट सर्दी रहती है, या किसी के यहाँ पर नेजल ब्लॉकेजेस होते हैं, कई बार डॉक्टर बोल देता है कि आपकी इस तरफ की हड्डी बढ़ी हुई है, या सम फिजिकल इश्यूज आल्सो, जिसकी वजह से कभी कभी एक ही साइड एक्टिवेटेड रहता है. तो इफ यू फाइंड एनीबॉडी ओवर एक्टिव, ऑलवेज चेक whether he is breathing from the right or left. So if you make the left activated forcefully, the person will start becoming calm easily. ज्योतिष शास्त्र में स्वर विज्ञान पर पूरा का पूरा एक ज्योतिष विज्ञान है कि आप किस स्वर से पूछ रहे हैं, तब आपका काम हाँ या ना पे भी होगा. That's a different science. That's a very interesting science altogether. But you know, now I started breathing from my left. Okay, so this much time is there. So जब हम ओवर यूज ऑफ कंप्यूटर कर रहे होते हैं तो हमें कभी कभी पता नहीं होता है, पर हम एक साइड को झुक करके टाइप करने लग जाते हैं, एंड हम अनकॉन्शियसली या हम बुक पढ़ रहे होते हैं तो हम ऐसे बैठ जाते हैं एंड हम एक साइड को एक्टिवेट. टीवी देखते वक्त हम बहुत बार ऐसा करते हैं, तो हम अनकॉन्शियसली बहुत बार अपनी बॉडी को डिस्टर्ब कर रहे होते हैं. जो मैंने अभी जानते बूझते किया, आप नोटिस करना कितनी बार आप ऐसे बगल में कुशन फंसा लेते हैं और दूसरे तरफ को लेट जाते हैं, और इस तरह हम ऐसे सर रख करके लेट जाते हैं, एंड हम किसी एक पर्टिकुलर साइड को मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम एक्टिवेटेड रखते हैं अनकॉन्शियसली. सो एक्चुअली दैट इज not a good sign. So you should observe your breathing, you should observe your swara, and you all should observe your panchvayus all the time. And you should practice the energizing breath, calming breath, and the saman breath or the balancing breath daily. Daily, when you start doing it, first 3 months you will not be seeing any changes or anything that is happening, maybe not prominently. If you are lucky, if your body is in good shape, you might be able to see the difference. But in 3 to 6 months, you will see wonderful differences happening in your life. For previously, I used to be very, very angry person, very aggressive. People, you can make me angry with a drop of the hat. Now, if I want to get angry, I can. If I don't want to, I cannot. Nobody, nothing can make me angry. Nothing can make me tired, because I know if I'm getting tired, I will do the energizing breath. I'll take a short break. 30-second break is quite good. And so the capacity of working at a constant focus at a very high level of it has increased, because now I can rest on my rest is in my control. The active mind is in my control. So now my enemies are in trouble, because I cannot be agitated when somebody pokes me. I cannot be agitated. So there are unlimited benefits, more than what you can count on fingers or count on a list. Yeah, so this is all. Right now that I have to go, I can unendingly keep on praising and giving you different kind of breaths. Now for the children and for the adults, for the different therapies, I have learned something about the 3 to 400 kind of breaths, different breaths. And so there are different, some are just a variety for the younger kids, for the school going teenager, for the agitated minds. Generally, these are the versions of the same thing that we did right now, but these are the beautiful ones. Some are for very typical kind of person, that kind of breath work is given. And when you have developed that far, then comes the Anulom Vilom. Then comes the another different kind of high level of breathing practices, the Vilom 1, the Ujjayi 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, and different kind of there also different thing is there. And then you start enjoying. So every month we have 2 pranayam class at our thing. That is the most weighted class. And every month we are told by our teacher, crush your ego. You still don't know this part of the breath. We know it. every month. So 20 days we are happy. Okay, we know this, and after in last 2 sessions we are told, okay, you have learned 300, now this is 301, do it in one go, and in no way we cannot do it in one go. So in second month we learn it, and हमें आप जो है उल्टा लटक के सीधा बैठ करके, there are different poses में खड़े रह के बैठ करके, मतलब there are no furniture that I cannot hang my body from and breathe and do the pranayama and do the meditation. And this is a joy. My dogs get scared when I do different chair पर मैं उल्टी लटकी रहती हूँ, तो my dogs start breathing. And every morning when I'm doing the Anulom Vilom, nowadays when I do it, and I'm reached to a senior level, my dog, every time I do it without fail, he gets severely agitated. He comes and starts licking me because my breath becomes so silent that he starts, even the dog cannot, he pokes me, you are alive or not, what is happening? And that is the feedback that I give. Okay, now I'm improving, now I'm doing the good breath work. And even then, every time I do the breath work and I go to the pranayama class, ego is crushed again. Okay, yeah, so any questions, any feedback you can give?
So I need to ask a question.
Yes.
So I have noticed that I'm most of the time I'm breathing from left. Whenever I check, it's left always.
Mhm.
So good that the thing you told just now, like putting something under your armpit. So I was doing it right away with my knee under my armpit, and I immediately saw that there was a switch. I started breathing from right deliberately.
Yeah.
So is it if I do it, like how much should I do it in a day? I mean, if you could just guide me on.
So if you find, if you keep noticing every hour that are you breathing from left and or the right. So every hour, if you are noticing, like शुरू में हमको करना पड़ता है कि थोड़ा सा अलार्म लगा के या उसको, और यदि हम बार बार देख रहे हैं कि लेफ्ट में है, तो 5 मिनट के लिए हमको उसको स्विच करना चाहिए. सो एटलीस्ट 40 मिनट्स के अंदर स्विच होना चाहिए. पर हम 24 घंटे अपने आप को ऑब्जर्व नहीं कर सकते, बट यदि आप अपने आप को लेफ्ट में पा रहे हो तो आपको 2 करना चाहिए. यदि नहीं कर रहे हैं तो आपको उसको फोर्सफुली राइट में लेके जाना चाहिए. एंड जब आप राइट में लेके जाओगे, यू विल सी कि पहले आप जितना लेजी थे, आपकी वर्क एटमॉस्फेयर में या आपकी वर्किंग कैपेसिटी में कोई चेंज आ रहा है या नहीं आ रहा है. यदि आ रहा है तो यू आर डूइंग इट करेक्टली. यदि नहीं आ रहा है एंड यू आर फाइंडिंग कि यू आर स्टिल द सेम, या आपको कोई डिजीज है जो कि स्टिल सेम लेवल पे है, you start checking it more frequently.
Yeah, I do have a wheezing and congestion problem. I really do have. So probably it's because coolness रहती है.
So if you have a breathing problem, like you have stuffy nose and you cannot breathe properly, you always stand and just ऐसे जोर से अपने हाथों को, दोनों हाथों को ऐसे कम से कम 15 बार आप नीचे खड़े जोर से अपने आप को करिए, तो जो blockages at the nose are generally clear. So then after that you can see the difference.
Also the chest part, the mucus is a lot. That's I think it will.
The chest part you have to do only one thing. Chest part you have to do only one thing. If you have a bolster at your home, or if you have any kind of कंबल, उसको रोल कर लीजिए, इतना थिक, इतना बड़ा पिलो बन जाएगा, एंड जस्ट उसके ऊपर आप सीधे ऐसे करके लेट जाइए, so that your chest will expand, because your arms will fall to the side, so your chest will expand and it will give the more oxygen to your lungs. And जिस भी पार्ट में लंग्स में ऐसे कंजेशंस हो जाते हैं, तो ये जो रहता है, ये चेस्ट को खोलने के लिए बहुत काम होता है. जब लंबे समय तक हमें सर्दी रहती है तो चेस्ट के जो गड्ढे रहते हैं स्पंज की तरह, वो जाम हो जाते हैं, तो इट विल हेल्प यू. पर उसमें कम से कम आपको आधा घंटा लेटना पड़ेगा। और फिर यदि आपको उसको डिफरेंट करना है तो आप उसी में सामने की तरफ सर लग के भी लेट सकते हैं। जो कोविड में पोजेस आपको दिए हैं, बहुत जगह आप, हाँ, कोविड में एक जो फ्रंट बेंडिंग का पोज दिया है एंड अपने आप ठीक हो जाए।
Okay, thank you so much.
यस सुबी।
Yeah, I have actually, thank you so much. It was quite an eye opener. I've been doing pranayam, but I understood today that it was quite a new concept that was introduced. So my query is कि जो breath work जो भी आपने बताए हैं वो empty stomach या कभी भी कर सकते हैं throughout the day?
So whatever I have given to you is totally for the layman. You can do it any time of the day, with or without eating, full stomach, half stomach, anytime.
And second question is कि you told us about 5 types of vayu. So maybe I missed out, कोई head वाले region के में भी कोई वायु होता है या बाकी सब
जो
जगह है?
प्राण वायु है वही हमारे हेड में ही जाता है। तो व्हेन वी जस्ट अपराइट हो जाते हैं, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि हम सर्वांगासन और शीर्षासन जब करते हैं तब हमारी जो प्राण है वो हेड में जाता है, अदरवाइज हेड में हमारा कोई प्राण नहीं जाता है।
And the
तो
third,
प्राण को ले जाने के लिए या तो हमें कुंडलिनी के जरिए उसको ऊपर ले जाना पड़ता है अपराइट पोस्चर में, या फिर हमें उसको सर्वांगासन और शीर्षासन से खुद उसको बहा करके नीचे ले जाना होता है। These are the two things.
and I am pre-BP type, I can say. So as per you, Chandra Nadi को activate करना है, तो in case I want to lower my BP, I just have to activate my left this thing, lie down on my right. Is it, or there's something
You
else that I
should
can
do that 4-7-8 breathing somewhere about 3 times a day. In the evening also you do it when the BP is about to get high. Okay, so BP timings are generally at when you wake up. After that you take your BP medicine. Okay, so during the 2-3 p.m. you can take 4-7-8 breathing. Then 5 to 6 p.m. you should regularly do that 4-7-8 breathing, because that is the time that again the BP starts going up. And third, at the sleep time you should do it. Otherwise, for the normal people, it is BP people should do it twice a day.
Thank you so much.
That will help you.
Thank you.
Yeah. As soon as the breath becomes lower, like if you are breathing 10 times in a minute, okay, so your BP is high. If you are breathing 6 times in a minute, okay, so reduce number of breaths in a minute, okay, your BP starts getting lower. So you should aim to get 5 to 6 breathe only in a minute. Okay, generally we breathe some. If you are hyperactive, you will notice that you might breathe plus 20 breaths in a minute. Okay, so 20 breaths means your mind is very hyper, and the BP will be very high. And as you start lowering the number of breaths in a minute, your BP starts going down. So somewhere about 5 to 6 years, I controlled only the breath and I was not taking a single BP medicine for that period of time. But at the time when my father died and I was little disturbed, I had to take the BP medicine. That was 0.25. And then again, I started doing the breath work when it became normal. It goes up and down just like little bit. But it is always at the minimum dose I am always. That is for the safer side for the doctors, for the happiness of doctors, and for the pharmaceutical department to survive properly.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Swati,
Yes.
it was a fabulous session. I think no words can define exactly how clear we are now that where we are getting into with breath work. People just give us some ways, to do it and reach it, but you actually told us why and what about it. So I also want to know, I got really interested in Iyengar yoga pranayam. So how much time does it take for a person to learn the breath work and yoga poses, and as you said,
if you're especially talking about the Iyengar yoga, 3 years they take it as a starting. So before 3 years they will not allow to sit in a single pranayam class. Allow ही नहीं करेंगे. After 3 years, if you are good at asana, they will upgrade you and allow you to sit in the pranayam class, but only allow you to do certain kind of breath work. And if you are becoming senior, like 5 to 7 to 10 years senior, and if the teacher is very much satisfied with your practices, they will allow you to do the Anulom Vilom kind of meditation only if you are constantly and regularly doing the Shirshasana and Sarvangasana.
Swati ji,
Yes.
I want to say something. My
Yes.
friends, because I have also done a yoga instructor course, and my friend is into Iyengar yoga since 6-7 years, and she doesn't know breath work at all. So I will tell Shrija, Swati ji, teach all this breath work in her chakra meditation. Please don't miss, because I know the importance of this. So I told my friend to attend that, because since 7 or more years she's practicing Iyengar yoga, but she doesn't know breath work. And I know
because
now.
there are very few teachers, even in Iyengar yoga, only few teachers are allowed to teach. They know, they learn, but they are not allowed to teach to the students. So only few students, and like I told now, I was fortunate, and that fortune came from a disease and from my sickness. So sometimes the blessing comes in a very disguised form. And so that's why I got introduced to this beauty of the breath. And
we too are blessed. We too are blessed.
Great. So thank you, Swati. It was an amazing session. And
Thank you,
ma'am. You spoke about breathing, which is the most important aspect of our life. Yeah, if you breathe well, you can live well. So I think it was a very, very nice session. Also, we have Shakuntala ji here. And जैसे स्वाति जी के चक्र कोर्स है, और भी बहुत सारे कोर्सेज स्वाति जी कर रही है. And especially the one that I attended, Saundarya Lahiri, right, which was also very interesting. And Shri Yantra, that was awesome also. So similarly, Shakuntala ji ka astrology course start ho raha hai. So people here who've done the astrology course, Swati ji, aapne kiya?
Yes, I have done, and I think जैसे कि ब्रेथ वर्क में आई वाज लाइक थिंकिंग कि हमें कुछ पता है, ऐसे ही शकुंतला जी के पास जाने के बाद हमें पता चला कि देयर इज सो मच टू लर्न इन द एस्ट्रोलॉजी, एंड सो इजीली शी टीचेस अस सो पेशेंटली कि मुझे नहीं लगता कि मैं इतनी गधी स्टूडेंट थी कि मुझे कभी कोई और दूसरा टीचर पढ़ा सकता. बट she has immense patience. That's why I always say her left nadi must be very active. She is from the root chakra, so she's a very balanced person. So she's a very, very good teacher, I think.
Right. So
I've done the course and I think it is brilliant.
Correct. हमारा Thinking Thursday group एक दूसरे को support करता है during this whole kind of pandemic. I think everybody supported each other and learned from each other, which is such a beautiful thing to happen on a platform. So Shakuntala ji का भी astrology course start हो रहा है. So if anybody else like स्वाति जी ने बताया कुछ about the course, इस तरह से कोई और ने course किया शकुंतला जी का, if they'd like to say something about the course also. Anybody else has done the course here, who's here just now? I know many people have done it, but मुझे नहीं पता यहाँ पे अभी कौन है.
मेरा छूट गया था मैम, तो मैं रिपीट कर रही हूँ अभी, पर मेरे सारे जो
Anu has done the course, I think.
Yeah, Momita
Are
is also
Momita
there.
hai?
Yeah.
Momita has done
Yes,
the
ma'am. I
course.
have done the course. Yes.
Can you
That was
say something or encourage others to learn astrology also?
yes, I will always do that. I was always interested to learn astrology, but I couldn't connect to other people like in terms of learning. हाँ ऐसे तो मतलब वो कॉन्सर्ट कर देते but I didn't feel that kick or the gut feelings to learn from that person. But when I got introduced to Shakuntala Didi through you, first time I spoke to her, before that I saw her Purnamada session, instantly I felt that connect and very coolness, very calmness in her. So I started calling her Didi. Then when she took the class, then I joined, and I honestly like I have very logical mind, and I love to explain from the like data analysis point of thing and all. So I really fell in love. So all these planets are not only the substance with gas and dust. So now it has like very different meaning. Like they are celestial beings, as Nidhi mentioned in some other session. And I was amazed to see like it's like nothing but like data analysis. Everything, all the 9 planets were always there. 27 nakshatras were there. But how you are connecting each point, that is amazing. And Shakuntala Didi is like very very patient, and more than a teacher, I found kind of like elder sister. The way she talks, the way she clears our doubt, and the way she holds hand even after finishing up the course also, that is amazing.
Thank you, Momita. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Shakuntalaji's course starts from Shakuntalaji?
Saturday, coming
What is the
Saturday,
date?
23rd October, and every Saturday, Sunday.
Every Saturday, Sunday from 23rd October, शकुंतला जी का कोर्स स्टार्ट होता है.
So,
and ma'am, I should mention that Shakuntala Didi took the 2 batches, one batch particularly for me to suit my timing. I really appreciate that. That is really kind of her.
Wonderful. So
she took the evening batch.
Good. So
Ma'am,
below,
what are the timings?
6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
6 p.m. to 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. weekend course hai ye, and the details will be mentioned below the video. So people who are watching it on YouTube, you can just go down to the details and watch it. We also have Shrija Jhavar's course starting from 28th October on EQ or emotional intelligence, and Shrija is right here. So Shrija, can you just speak a little bit on the course so people can listen?
Yes, ma'am. It is my third batch, and it is wonderful session on emotional intelligence, and we are focusing on how you can make emotionally able to your own self, how you can make meaning out of the emotions that you embrace them and make me get the message out of them. So it is a deep led course after the second day, and in the first 2 days we are working mostly on self awareness and understanding what is the language of emotions, understanding the range of emotions and the various theories attached to it. And so I'm sure that you're gonna enjoy journeying through your own emotions. That is what the course
Absolutely,
is all
Shrija. I think
about.
it's a course that's much needed in today's time and age, with people having so much of anxiety, depression, and nervousness, and a sense of lack of confidence that is increased in the minds of others. I think EQ can be a very, very good thing to learn. And I don't have to say much about Shrija as a trainer. She is just amazing, empathetic, intelligently putting in things, and her deep sense of connect that she has with her own work and the work that she does is amazing. And what she really rightly said is the awareness part, the emotional awareness. That is something that I can vouch that Shrija has worked on herself so beautifully that when you work on yourself, all the three mentors today, whether it's Swati, Shakuntala or Shrija, they've worked on themselves. And I think that is what is visible to us, when they speak. I mean, Swati ji today spoke about breath work because she's worked on herself. She can explain it beautifully, practically, because she has done it on herself and healed herself. Shakuntala ji's years and years of tapasya as far as astrology goes is visible, and she's patient about it because she knows that, okay, if you don't understand the same way I didn't understand it, I know how to explain to you. And for Shrija also, she's worked on herself with all the techniques that she does. NLP, she's also a trainer for that. So, she brings a lot on the table as a past life regression therapist, as a EQ trainer, as a life coach. So she brings it all together on the table. And I think everybody here who will be watching it on YouTube, please go down to the links, and their links there will be put up. If you're okay, I can even put up your email and numbers. If you want the numbers to be put up, we can put up the numbers also. Swati ji, Shakuntala ji and Shrija, you put your numbers because it's easier now to contact because the dates are quite close.
Yes,
so I think it's best that we put the numbers in, okay?
Sure.
So thank you everybody for being here. And as always, Thursday is our, what should I say, kind of satsang day for everybody. We really meet and we chat and we get to know each other. Many of us haven't met even physically. But I think we just feel that deep connect, with everybody here. So I think it's just a wonderful thing that's gifted to us by this pandemic. So thank
No matter
you,
how busy we are, I just have to take out time for this Thinking Thursday. And I think, okay, I can skip it today. But no, I can't. I mean, I'm so much, I just wait for this day so much. And I'm sure everyone else.
Yes, thank you
Thank
so
you
much,
so much.
everybody, for being present here. Thank you.